morning. I'm going to talk a little bit this morning. I haven't made a video in a while, and things have been going about the same as they always have been. You know, slowly getting better and stronger, and the life with the ex is about the same, and the life I've had with my children since I left is about the same. I mean, there's no way of changing that as long as she has full control. And there's nothing I can even try to do, so it's just frustrating. But I'm getting better. I'm having a lot of weird, bad dreams again lately, so hopefully, usually that precedes some kind of breakthrough. You know, letting go of something. I've noticed I do that in stages, and I think we all probably do. And I was going to talk about, I wasn't really trying to date, but I was out there trying to, you know, meet new people and just kind of see where I actually stood at before getting into a relationship and how I could interact with people. You know, I was pretty much just studying myself. And in doing that, I had met this woman, and I told her from the beginning I wasn't looking for a relationship. I wasn't wanting anything. I was just looking for friends. And explained my situation. She fully knew it. I didn't hold anything back from her. And she seemed okay with it for, you know, a couple weeks. And then I started getting these signs that, you know, she was starting to pick up feelings or whatever. That's how I perceived it. And I just kept letting her know, you know, I'm not into that right now and all that. And this last Saturday when I was at work, I got some really strange text messages from her. Basically, she was being narcissistic with me. You know, acting like I was doing something wrong and how I was supposed to be out there looking for other women and all this kind of crap. And I was like, look, I don't know what the hell happened here, but this ain't cool. And I just quit talking to her. She did message me back several times. One was saying, you know, she's sorry that usually she can keep her mood swings in check better. And she's like, I hope it didn't. You're not mad at me and don't want to be my friend anymore. And honestly, what I put was, I'm still your friend, or I'm still willing to be your friend, but this definitely knocked our relationship back. And I haven't spoken to her in several days now. And the only reason I mention this is because in all of that happening, it made me think back to when I first met my narc, how our relationship acted then. And this woman was constantly wanting me to talk to her, constantly give me her attention, give her my attention, and that's what my narc did too. And constantly wanted me to make her feel good about herself. And you know, I understand you're supposed to build people up, but there's a point to where, you know, it's beyond a normal amount. And the thing that I'm happy about is I'm starting to recognize it. I recognized it this time. I saw it coming. I recognized it, and I put it into it. I just simply refused to participate. And I'm just really proud of myself, and I think that that's maybe God let me say, look at what you did, bud. Or let God say, look at what you did. And that you are moving forward. And that, you know, you have a goal of someday having a healthy relationship, and you're one step closer to it. You should be happy about that. And I am. I'm very thankful. Because, I mean, I didn't get sucked back into something. And it would have been real easy to do. Because, you know, like I said, most of us are really kind-hearted people, and you know, you want to make people feel good when they don't feel good, but it's not always that case. There's just a lot of parasites out there. And I also have been debating for a while traveling. I've always, since I was a kid, and I may have spoken about this on several videos, I don't know, kind of ditzy at times. Ever since I was a kid, felt like I was supposed to be traveling, doing something, changing the world, making it a better place instead of just sitting around on my butt, keeping it the same. well, I ended up, but by the time I was old enough to actually travel, I ended up getting married for the first time, and then having children really young. And that just didn't work out for any plans after that. In fact, I was such a dedicated, I'm not tooting my horn, but I was such a dedicated dad that I didn't even want to, I gave up all kinds of opportunities to travel for good work just to stay home with my kids so that I could be in their life. And that may be ego, I don't know, maybe, I don't know. But now that, one daughter has chosen to stay with the narc, well, that's letting me know she's chose her path. That's her life. She has it under control. Let her do what she wants. And my other daughter, me and her have been talking. She's planning her life. She's got some hold on what she wants to do. She hasn't got it completely figured out, which whoever does. But she has some kind of grasp on what she wants. And my son, we'll see, because he seems to be so afraid of letting go of his mom that he's gonna hurt her feelings. I understand that. I do. I completely do. Because I know how I was when I was with her, when I was a grown-ass man. And you have a little 10-year-old boy trying to figure this stuff out. He just knows that this is the stuff that mommy's saying, this is how mommy's doing, and how she acts toward him goes to the wayside. I mean, you don't even consider, this is just normal. He hasn't ever seen not normal. I did. And except for what I showed him. I showed him normal. But we'll see. Because I'm the kind of guy that, I'll sit and I'll debate about an idea. Even if it's buying a car or buying something at the store. But I've figured out myself well enough to know that once I start debating that process for very long, I've already decided to do it. It's just the way it is. So I just resign myself to the fact that unless something really big happens, like I get custody or some shit like that, to where I'm tied down here again, I'm just gonna travel. That's not saying I'm gonna abandon my son. That's not saying I'm gonna do whatever I can to still be his father. But I still have to follow what I believe God is wanting me to do. And that's the thing. And I went to church here the other day, and some of the messages in there were kind of along those lines. And I don't know, it's difficult to decide to do something like that. But I think if I stay and constantly fight with her, that's going to put him in an even worse position. He's going to have to figure out how she is. And I know that's cruel, but that's all I can really say. Because the more I sit around and participate in her game, the more it looks like I'm the one that's, messed up, or I'm the one that's doing all this stuff, and it gives her power. But if I'm out of the picture, and actually doing something good in the world, I think it will. But I'm not going to be that guy that just goes off and remarries someone. I'm not looking for that. I hope that I find it someday. But I really genuinely want to change. And I want to change the world. Even if it's in a small little way. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm hoping that God will give me some insight into that. And help me. Because I'm a dumbass. And I need all the help I can get from him. Whatever. But that's kind of my video for this morning. I know I hadn't made one in a while. And I really thank everybody that watches these and listens to any of it. And I hope that it does help. And any of your opinions, I really look forward to hearing from them. But that's it. Thank you.